history, which we call our street, which is the story of all life forms on a particular space. So, the R string is a string that goes on forever. There is no cutting this string.
I nearly cried when Dr. Sabi died. The same for Dr. Wilson. But I'ma stay focused and slay these vampires like Van Helsing. Genocide, ethnic cleansing, no ceasing racial tensions. Pigs still perpetuating modern day lynches. Cobra or viper, pick your poison. Regardless of who's in office, don't make your offspring the sacrificial offering. Some say to each his own, I say teach our own, or risk having compromise or deleted genome codes. He had a sex change, we had a heated exchange. I got charged with a hate crime. Can somebody please explain? Cleaning the burner the way things is looking. I might have to kill a fool who go up in ladies' rooms cause he feel like a woman. Drug culture push through the channels. Slave wages, cost of living that most cannot handle. The sky still ain't cracked yet. Jesus ain't show yet. Shotters get ready to save Asada cause Cuba wide open. Massive land grabs, crackers aim to take your landmass. Smooth like a sandblast, while you claim the damn pass. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. No fear in the face of adversity. Despite the wear and tear in the retrograde of Mercury. My face in every database manifests destiny of a so-called master race. Everyone's a terrorist, so capitulate to the masses' way. Now they conscious in the mainstream. The only Hannibal that they know is from the 18. Never heard of Carthage. Would never load and bust a cartridge. Wally not a commie. Employed or ain't got a job like Tommy. We got the same enemies. We don't gotta get along as requested by Rodney. We gotta put differences aside. Genocide the optive. Word. That's why I'm so hostile, kid. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like
It's called what they call history.
Pull up.
What is called what they call history, which we call our
We
street,
about to get started in a
which
second,
is the
family.
story of
This is United
all
Front.
life forms on a
Let's rock
particular
out.
space.
And we gonna get it in.
So, the R string is a string that goes on forever. There is no cutting this string.
I nearly cried when Dr. Sabi died. The same for Dr. Wilson. But I'ma stay focused and slay these vampires like Van Helsing. Genocide, ethnic cleansing, no ceasing racial tensions. Pigs still perpetuating modern day lynches. Cobra or viper, pick your poison. Regardless of who's in office, don't make your offspring the sacrificial offering. Some say to each his own, I say teach our own, or risk having compromise or deleted genome codes. He had a sex change, we had a heated exchange. I got charged with a hate crime. Can somebody please explain? Cleaning the burner the way things is looking. I might have to kill a fool who go up in ladies' rooms cause he feel like a woman. Drug culture push through the channels. Slave wages, cost of living that most cannot handle. The sky still ain't cracked yet. Jesus ain't show yet. Shotters get ready to save Asada cause Cuba wide open. Massive land grabs, crackers aim to take your landmass. Smooth like a sandblast, while you claim the damn pass. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. No fear in the face of adversity. Despite the wear and tear in the retrograde of Mercury. My face in every database manifests destiny of a so-called master race. Everyone's a terrorist, so capitulate to the masses' way. Now they conscious in the mainstream. The only Hannibal that they know is from the 18. Never heard of Carthage. Would never load and bust a cartridge. Wally not a commie. Employed or ain't got a job like Tommy. We got the same enemies. We don't gotta get along as requested by Rodney. We gotta put differences aside. Genocide the optive. Word. That's why I'm so hostile, kid. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Freedom all. Free the land, repatriate. Our ancestors have these demands. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Look at Flint, Detroit, Milwaukee, Chirac. Slick Rick looked at Baltimore and needed another eye patch. Just got a kite from a P.O. Dub. He said don't forget to write, send money, visit. Show a soldier love. I shade a Micah X, I shade yo to Cosmo. I shade a Kareem. Peace to the Africans in it for the long haul. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. This ain't that fly by night, this is a process. Backed by the babies aborted, the ancestors and fallen warriors. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Families to tribes, tribes to nations. We mistaken these regards to survive annihilation. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Damn, what your child wanna be? These babies gotta become what we need. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard.
It is a time, as far as we are concerned, for remembering, going back and studying a victorious time in our lives, so we can pick up the principles of history, put them into structures, and so we can begin again to work as a victorious people.
Yeah. Yo, a BB for Hodier Black family. This is your boy Ashe SJ. Checking in live once and again from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Solid African. Thank you for tuning in right now. I'm definitely about to go in. I want to talk about this topic today. And it's a little controversial, all right? It's going to be a little controversial, you know, but we got to do it. I've been feeling a little different. I've been quarantining. And during this quarantine, I had some revelations. Your brother has some revelations, y'all, during this quarantine. I'm going to start switching up a little bit. You know, some of our people, we losing, family. We losing. I don't want to lose no more, family. I don't want to lose, so I'm joining a winning team. I'm joining a winning team, family. You know what the revelation I had? I said, I'm no longer going to use the word cracker. I'm not going to use it, y'all. I'm not going to use the word cracker no more. But we're going to go into that tonight. I'm going to explain to y'all why I say I'm not going to use the word cracker. You know I'm having a little fun and games up here. I'm just joking, family. This is your brother, Ashe SJ. Solid African is the platform. And, you know, today I'm just going to talk about racial slurs and the reason why I say that I don't use the word cracker anymore. I know a lot of y'all want to hear it. A lot of y'all like, man, Ashe switching up. Another one. We got another one that's switching up now. Said he was solid. Then he started wishy-washy. He started getting a little watered down now. Well, I'm going to explain it to y'all the reason why. So we're going to go right in. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to United Front. That track that I just played is called The Vanguard. It's off their new album, Cypher in the Field for Manhood Papers. Make sure y'all go pick up that album. It's African insurrection music. It's real revolutionary hip-hop that our people need to hear. So shout out to United Front, the brother Doc Mokhti, and the whole squad, man. Shout out to my big brother Keisha and my big brother Tad. You know we definitely about to go in, man, but it's hot. I had to wipe myself down. I got my RBG. It's summer, baby, so you know I'm about to bring that heat. So let's start this, man. I know a lot of y'all want me to cut right to the chase. I know y'all want Ashe to talk about why I don't use the word cracker. I'm switching up on y'all. I'm telling y'all. I got my crystal. Wait, where my crystal at? I got my crystal right here. I got my chakras. And I want to win, y'all. but we're going to win regardless, family. You already know how I give it up. So I'm going to go in right now. Let's talk about this, family. Racial slurs. It's a hot topic right now. Let me close this door. Racial slurs is a hot topic right now. You know, a lot of people are talking about the Karens and the Beckys of the world. I saw one, they talking about the what's the other one? Kens and Toms. And we always had racial slurs. But it's interesting now how they are starting to talk about the racial slurs for white people and how Karen is a racial slur and it's derogatory and all of these crazy things they saying. Well, we're going to break all of this down tonight, family. Your brother Ashe don't play no games. If this is your first time tuning in, I keep it solid. I'm a solid African. And, you know, I did a lot of research. I got a lot of information to present to you tonight. So I hope you guys appreciate it. But let's set this thing off, family. Racial slurs. We're going to start out with that. First of all, when we talk about words, right? Words cast spells. Words cast spells. Everybody heard that saying. Everybody know. That's why it's called spelling. Because when you say something, you literally cast in a spell. Every word that you have has an energy, you know, and the energy that you put forth is going to manifest. It's like you say it and it manifests. Just like when you're doing a magic trick, right? What's the first thing you got to say when you're doing a magic trick? Write it in the chat right now. If y'all tuning in, write it in the chat. What you got to do, the first thing you got to do when you say in a magic trick, you got to say abracadabra, right? Abracadabra, that's the magical words. But it's a word that you got to say to turn the energy up. Or else it's not going to be successful. It's just like daily affirmations. Every day we get solid Africans wake up. Brothers and sisters, they saying, yo, I'm going to start saying affirmations. I'm going to big myself up. You wake up, you say something strong. What you're doing with these daily affirmations is you programming yourself. You programming your mind. You get up, you say, yo, I'm a strong black man. Some people do it in front of the mirror. I'm a strong black woman. I'm a proud African. Some people get in front of the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You got low self-esteem. You got to do these things. Daily affirmations. This is how you big yourself up, but you program in your mind. That's how it works. It's like, for instance, if I come to you, right? And I'm like, yo, the sky is yellow. You're going to look at me like, what you talking about? The sky ain't yellow, bro. You sound dumb. But if I come to you tomorrow and I say, yo, the sky yellow, bro. And if I come to you the next day and I'm like, yo, you saw the sky? Yo, that joint was straight up yellow, son. Sky was yellow, bro. You still might be like, nah, that ain't, what you wildin', bro. But if I say this next week, 2 weeks from now, every day, a year from now, 50 years from now, every day, 100 years from now, you know what they're going to do? People going to start believing it because people are gullible. 100 years from now, you could keep repeating a lie. It's just like that game, duck, goose, or whatever. You say one thing, by the time you get around the circle with something else, but people believe it. 50, 100 years from now, people will dead ass believe. You probably see news articles talking about on June 3rd, this day, 100 years ago, the sky actually turned yellow. You know what I'm saying? So the things that we say hold weight. It has value to it. Keep that in mind, family. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, right, is because when we talk about racial slurs, we're talking about people that have created the slurs for a reason, for a purpose, created it for a specific energy and a frequency that they wanted those people to have and engage in. So let's think about the creators of these racial slurs. These people literally made these things up to demean us, to put us down, to make us feel less than human. Everybody know about the 3/5 clause. They never believed we was humans anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they went as demonic and devilish as they could to start creating up all of these words and all of these nicknames for beautiful black people just to put us down. Then they went so far to put the words that they wrote in books. in history books, in children's books. You know what I'm saying? Like, they documented the racial slurs and the words that they created to put us down. Then they went so far and took the documented words they created and gave us an education system to put us down even further. Now the words that they have created are miseducating us. And we sitting here thinking, oh, because we go to a school, we intelligent, we got these white books with their words in it that they wrote from their perspective, that now we know something, or we better, and we hold our nose up against other people because we got these words. Not realizing the energy in these words that we reading and the perspective that is coming from, the intention behind these words. No matter what you're saying, intention matters, the energy matters. So this is what these people have done when it comes to the psychological warfare and the miseducation of our people. They use their words. They cast spells, spelling. They say these things, and unfortunately, it has a negative effect that makes it manifest inside of ourselves. And then we start running around acting like the people that created these things for us, when really it's them, because we ain't even had these words before. But why am I talking about this? Listen, I was doing some research, right? It wasn't not too heavy, it's a little light. But I came upon, I was online doing some research. I came upon this article, and I also checked it out even further. I started Googling, I started researching. Then I went on Wikipedia, right? I said, I'm curious. Let's start looking up racial slurs on Wikipedia. Do you know that there are 12 racial slurs for white people, for white Americans specifically? 12 racial slurs and 40 racial slurs for Africans. 12 racial slurs for whites, white Americans, 40 racial slurs for Africans. But this shows you the devilish people. This shows you the type of people that we dealing with. They got that many low down, dirty nicknames for our people, but then it's only 12 for them. So we're going to go into this tonight. I'm going to share my screen in a second. And, I'm definitely going to show you guys, because I know a lot of y'all people don't believe me. If you black, people ain't believing you. They want somebody white to say it. Well, we're going to do that tonight. We're going to show you the white people. We're going to show you how Wikipedia, because we know that ain't a black-owned website, but we're going to show you how they have documented the only 12 white racial slurs, but 40 black African racial slurs for our people. So let's get right into that. And before we get into it, family, there's a couple of things that I want y'all to know. I want y'all to be aware of. Keep in mind, as we go through these slurs, we're going to start out with the 40 African slurs. How about that? Then we're going to go into the 12 white slurs. But as we do this, the 40 African slurs, I want y'all to keep in mind, right? This is something that I found notable. There's no section for African Americans specifically. Let me repeat that. There's no section for African Americans specifically. That means that there's only one section and it's for Africans. So I found that notable because if it's only one section for all of our people and it's Africans, they group all of the racial slurs for black people in one group as Africans. That shows you that they look at us all the same. And that also shows you the predominant perspective. These devils are the ones running Wikipedia, and they are the ones writing these books and creating these slurs. And you can tell it's from their perspective because there's more slurs for black people than it is for white people. It shows you the predominant perspective. So keep that in mind, family. There's no group for African Americans. It's just strictly Africans. We all as one. Some of y'all idiots out there that look at Africans from the continent like y'all different people, and look at the Africans from the continent that got slurs for black Americans and look at us like we different people. Y'all, that don't make no sense, because these devils out here, these white people, they look at us all the same. We in the same goddamn pot. All right? Ain't no difference. So keep that in mind, family. The other thing that I want you to keep in mind as we go through these slurs, these ethnic slurs or racial slurs, whatever you want to call it, understand the nature of the slur. Keep in mind, try to understand the nature of each slur that we're going to read, all right? And what do I mean by that? Ashe means the nature of the slur, understand it. I mean that some of the slurs, are these slurs created by these devils or created by opposite people that are not these people that are using the slurs? Are the slurs created by other people, or are they just nicknames given to themselves by these people? Because some of these slurs that I read, they're not even bad, family. They're not even bad. And I'm not talking about the Africans. I'm talking about the 12 slurs that are white slurs. Some of them slurs ain't even so bad. But then they got the worst of the worst when it comes to our people. So keep that in mind, family. Keep in mind there's no section for African Americans, and also try to understand the nature of the slur that we're going to read. Let's get right into it, family. Make sure y'all share this video real quick. Support your brother. I'm trying to grow this platform. I know a lot of y'all feel like I'm definitely going to switch up because of the topic. I said why I don't use the word cracker. Trust me, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to explain that in a second, right after we talk about these slurs. But I know that's what y'all people love controversy, man. So I know that's what y'all want to hear. So we're going to get into that. But first, let's break down these slurs. Do your brother a favor and share this video right now so I could get some more people watching it. You can also subscribe. Solid African is on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, family. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can see the videos I did before. You can see some images on the Instagram, as well as follow me on the Facebook and hit your brother up, all right? Share this video now, but let's get right into it, family. Racial slurs. Let me share my screen right quick. We're going to get right into these racial slurs. I ain't playing no games tonight because I got a lot of things. Matter of fact, before we go into that, I'm going to show you this right here, all right? This is what they think of our people. Can I zoom in on it? Y'all see the picture right there. This is what they think when it comes to our people. These are the images that they have created for our people. And you see the big lips. It looks just like what Gucci did and all the other, what was it, Prada, Montclair. They did that blackface in a thing, in a fashion, and they try to apologize for it. It's the same exact thing. This is what they think of our people. So let's get right into it. Let's get right into the racial slurs. And this is something that is easily accessible, family. You could go right on Wikipedia after this live and find it. This ain't nothing crazy that I'm showing you. I just put it together, family. I'm just a concerned African. We're going to get into the 40 slurs, and then we're going to get into the 12 slurs that white people have for themselves. And we're going to talk about the difference. All right. Here we go, family. I hope y'all can see it. So right here at the top, we got the African slurs. Mind you, like I said, there are a total of 40 African slurs and only 12 white American slurs. Y'all don't believe me? Go on Wikipedia later. We're going to do a quick count right quick. You see it says African right here, all right? So 1, Af, 2, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I got other ones. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 40 slurs for black people, family. Literally outrageous, man. You can't make this stuff up, family. You honestly can't make this stuff up. And mind you, there's a lot of other slurs up here that we know that are very familiar to us that are not even listed here. But let's set it off. Af. Af is a slur, and they got that in quotation because they saying this is a slur from Rhodesia. They say an African is Af is an African to a white Rhodesian. So you mean to tell me you got white people living in Africa that's comfortable enough to create a racial slur for Africans in their own goddamn country? You gotta be kidding me, family. Let's keep it moving because there's a lot of these things. I'm gonna try to breeze through it so we could get to the bulk of which I want to talk about. The next one is an ape. They calling us monkeys, y'all. When really we know that they come from the Neanderthal. But let's keep it going. Benny Wee Wee. I think that's how you pronounce it. This one is mostly used during the French colonization of Algeria as a derogatory term for Algerian Muslims, aka black people. Blue gum, an offensive slur used by some United States white Southerners for African Americans perceived as being lazy and who refused to work. A blue gum. A boogie, black person, film noir in quotation right here, and I forgot the damn word, but they said film noir. I guess it comes from a film, or they told it's a black film. The boogies lowered the boom on Beaver Canal. That's a quote from the movie. I don't know if that's a blackface movie or what. A buck. They calling us a buck. A black person or Native American was called a buck. A burrhead. I don't know what the hell that means. That's the United States. Referring to the people's hair, our brothers and sisters' Afro-textured hair is a burrhead. Colored, we all know that one. Even some of y'all latched onto it and said y'all was colored. Ridiculous. So we gonna skip that one. We know it's offensive already. We already know that comes from back in the days, Jim Crow and all that. But it says here, wait, let me read it, matter of fact. Once generally accepted as inoffensive, the word is now considered disrespectful by some. The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, aka the NAACP, continues to use its full name unapologetically. This is not to be confused with the term person of color, which is the preferred term for collectively referring to all non-white people. I hate when y'all use that one too. The next one is coon. We all know what that is, a black person, but it says here, possibly from Portuguese barracus, a building constructed to hold slaves for sale. Wow. That's deep because I know the word coon from the short version of Zip Coon, which was a black caricature that they created from our people. But they saying that probably came also from the Portuguese word barracus, which is a building constructed for holding slaves. I never even knew that one. The next one is a crow. Eggplant. This was in a movie in 1979 called The Jerk. A fuzzy, a black person in a film. So we already see these devils, they putting it on film and all of that. Zulu, the British officer played Michael Caine, refers to the Zulus as fuzzies. I guess they talking about the hair again. A fuzzy wuzzy. A gollywog. Now that's one of the caricatures that is popular from Prada and all of them. Matter of fact, the gollywog didn't they do a gollywog was a doll or something like that, right? Let's see. Oh no, it was in a book, and I think they created a doll. It says a dark-skinned person after Florence Kate Upton's children's book character. See? I knew my memory was serving me correctly. Let's keep it moving. A jigaboo. And this got multiple different variations of it. But hold up, family. It says a black person with stereotypical black features, dark skin, wide nose, etc. Refer mannerisms that resemble dancing. That's what a jigaboo is. But catch this, family. I don't know if y'all caught this one. I'm going to drop a bomb right now. And I'm from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. What this last one right here say? Can I highlight it? What that say? Jigga, what's my motherfucking name? Jigga, and who I'm rolling with? What's the word? All my. Exactly, right? You following me, right? Put some fires in the goddamn comment section right now if you get what I'm talking about. Because Jay-Z is running around calling himself a goddamn jigger, and he don't even know what the word mean. He don't even know what the goddamn word jigger mean, which is short for jigaboo. But these devils is demonic. They devilish, man. Crazy. The next one is Jim Crow. Now, y'all don't even know that Jim Crow is not just an era, but it's actually another caricature. It says right here, a black person, also the name of the segregation laws prevalent in much of the United States until the civil rights of 1950s and 1960s. So Jim Crow was actually a nickname for black people. And then it turned into the Jim Crow laws and all of that. So even the Jim Crow laws that, you know, we talk about is a slight in itself, just by the name of it. Jim Fish. Never heard that one. South Africa for a black person. Jungle Bunny, UK and US. A Kafir. I know this one is specifically disrespectful in Africa and also, well, specifically South Africa, I believe. And they say right here, South Africa is considered very offensive. A macaca or a macaque. I don't know how to say that. Macaque. A person of black African descent originally used in languages of colonial powers in Africa. This is crazy, family. A mammy. We all know what a mammy is. We all know what a mammy is. Domestic servant of black African descent. Generally good-natured, often overweight and loud. Wow. Pfft. Crazy, family. A monkey. They already called us an ape. Now they saying we monkeys too. Damn. Also see macaca, which is similar, I guess. It also gave rise to the racist monkey chants in sports. Damn. You hear that? So our brothers and sisters was talented in all forms of sports. Went to the Olympics. Went to all these other countries to play sports. And then the crowd does monkey chants, calling you a monkey in the crowd. Could you imagine that? Let's keep it moving. A moss head, a munt, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia. That's a person from Muntu, or the singular of Bantu. Y'all sisters like wearing the Bantu knots. A nignog, a black person. A nigger, I don't use that word, but I'm just saying it because for the purposes of this live, that has many different variations right here. An offensive term for a black person, from the word Negro, which means, from the word Negro, let me highlight that, because a lot of y'all try to run around talking about some goddamn nigga means negoose. No, it does not. Negoose means negoose. Nigga is a different word from negoose, all right? So nice try. Which means the color black in numerous languages. It's different variation, nigs, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, y'all, we're very familiar with that word. That's the N word. A niglet. So some of y'all run around joking, but that's really a derogatory term that they created for our children. A niglet. A nigra. Derogatory term first used in the early 1900s. A pickaninny. Now this one is interesting. All my Caribbean, my West Indian people. Y'all see this one? Pickaninny. Let's read it first. A term generally considered derogatory that in English uses refers to black children or a caricature of them which is widely considered racist. A pickaninny. So now y'all know when you go to Jamaica and you hear them talking about my pickney them and my pickney, and they using the word pickney for their children, that term is from goddamn racism and slavery. It actually is not pickney. It's just, they turned it with their patois to pickney, but it's really pickaninny, which is a derogatory term created by these white devils for black children. And we running around talking about my pickney as if it's a cool thing. Man, our people sick, man. Let's keep it moving. A porch monkey, a powder burn, a quaishi, I never heard that. A sambo, we know what that is. They said in this case, it's a African-American, black, or sometimes a South Asian person. Wow. A smoked Irishman, 19th century. A sooty, never heard that one. A spade, recorded since 1928 OED from the playing card suit. They calling us spades because we black. A spook, a lot of us know that from The Spook Who Sat by the Door, right? We love that. That's one of our favorite movies. But that's also not just a spook, meaning a spook as somebody that is an agent or undercover person. It also relates to being an African American. It's a derogatory term. So it has two different meanings. So keep your head on a swivel, family. A tar baby. A teapot. Damn, these devils is crazy, man. Once again, we talking about these racial slurs, these ethnic slurs that white people have created for us. The 40th one, we went through this whole list. The 40th one is thick lips / boot lips, which also refers to us black people. Now, another thing I want y'all to keep in mind, another thing that I found very notable, right? And I'm going to show y'all next. There's a lot of other slurs. You know, some people, they say step and fetch it. They called our people savages. You know what I'm saying? What else they did? They called us cannibals. You know what I'm saying? They called us brutes, studs. If y'all know any names, put them in the comment section right there. Any names that we didn't touch on or that they created for us, these devils, put them in, drop them in the comment section right there. Another one they said was Hottentot, and they said that for our sisters. Pardon me, it's raining outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that right now, but I might have to close the window. But they called our sisters Hottentot. A bed wench. That's another word for our black sisters, a bed wench. And that's when they was taking the black sisters and using them as sex slaves, dressing them up and putting makeup on them just so they could beat them and have sex with them and rape them. That's what a bed wench is. But some of the bed wenches started to like it so much, they looked to it as a job, as a signet, a status, a symbol of status. So they were happy becoming bed wenches. At least they was in Massa's house. They wasn't outside. They had good clothes and food, right? But they had to get raped every goddamn day. That's what a bed wench was. Now, another word for bed wench is a pony. Pardon me. Let me close this window right quick. Starting to pour down raining out there. I say, because we appreciate the water. But another word was a pony, family. Now, if some of y'all saw the movie Django, y'all would know what this is. This term pony. The beautiful black sister that was the bed wench. She was actually, I think she was Leonardo DiCaprio's wife, or not his wife. She was his bed wench in the movie. She was his sex slave. So if you watch the movie again, look for Leonardo DiCaprio. You'll see the black woman that's with him. He called her a pony. It was a scene where actually he told, it was another white guy. He said, "Oh, go fetch him a nice pony to lick his pole," or something like crazy like that. So they called them ponies in the movie Django. But I think that's crazy because what the hell is a pony if you think about it? A pony is a smaller version of a horse. A pony is an animal. So you mean to tell me that they naming they sex slaves after animals? But these devils been in a bestiality, family. Been into the goddamn bestiality. We know who these devils we are that we dealing with. We know what they into. You know what I'm saying? But what else is notable about these things is there's other sections. There's an African American section. Matter of fact, let me share my screen again so y'all can see what I'm talking about, because I know y'all ain't gonna believe me. Y'all definitely ain't gonna believe our share unless the white people tell you. So here we go again. They got other sections, family. There's a section in here for, it got an African European section. Let me try to find it. Let me try to find it. That's a European, but let's see. We're going to get into the white people, trust me. They got, oh, matter of fact, let's talk about this. They got a Native American section, right? Look what's right here, brownie. Look what's right here, a prairie nigger. So that mean to tell you that the N-word, or not the N-word, but black people was so low on the chain of humans. It was the lowest status on the chain of humans that they had to use black people as a derogatory term to diss other people, to diss other races. So they had to call the Native Americans a prairie nigger. Because you relate the black person to anybody, then they taking that as the worst form of insult. Crazy, family. Then they got another one here, timber nigger. Excuse the N-word, family. I should have gave y'all a warning that I'm going to use this, but I'm just reading this off of here because it's crazy. They calling the Native Americans timber niggas. So that's how bad the N-word is, and that's why we shouldn't be using it. Now, the other section I'm trying to show y'all, it's a section for African Europeans. Let me find it. It's here somewhere. Bear with me, family. Got the Italians there. I want to show y'all this. Here we go. African Europeans, right? A mulatto. We already know what that is. That's when your parents ain't black. You got one white, one black parent, or you was raped or something, whatever the case is. That's what it say right here. Born from one white and one black parent. Generically considered archaic by some, blah, blah, blah. We know what a mulatto is. That's negative. But right here for African European, they got more names. Uncle Tom. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to click that. They got an Oreo. That's another name. They got Aunt Jemima. So we already said 40. Now we going to more. We going to more names now. We already said 40. Aunt Jemima, Aunt Jane, Aunt Mary, Aunt Sally, Aunt Tamasia. Now, ain't that interesting? Ain't that interesting? Because these people right now are getting upset for us calling them Karens. And when you look on Wikipedia, they got a name right here that say Jemima, Jane, Mary. They calling us Aunt Mary, Aunt Sally. So they've been doing this, family. This ain't nothing new. They've been doing this to us, family. But now they got the nerve to talk about some goddamn Karen. When you say Becky or you say Karen, it's racist and it's derogatory. Y'all been doing this, devils. Let's keep it moving. An Afro-Saxon, a young white male devoted to black pop culture. Not an Anglo-Saxon, but an Afro-Saxon. Wow, these devils are interesting, man. A wigger, slang for a white person who, I don't know this word, allophilically emulates mannerisms, slangs, and fashion stereotypically associated with urban African Americans, especially in relation to hip-hop culture. They call them a wigger. Then the other one, they got Rhineland bastard, derogatory term, Weimar Republic and Nazi Germany to refer to Afro-German children of mixed German and African parentage who were fathered by Africans serving as French colonial troops occupying the Rhineland after World War I. So the white French troops rape people, and then the children that they rape, that they created, they go on to call them Rhineland bastards. Ain't that demonic? Then we got Native African American, Native American African, mulattoes there again, a Zambo. Ain't that interesting? Because that sounds similar to a Sambo. Where my water at? That sounds similar to that. But a Zambo is Spanish and Portuguese empires. They say they identify individuals in Americas who are mixed African and American ancestry, Amerindian ancestry. It's crazy. Lobos. That's black Native Americans. So they got plenty family. Well over 40. Well over 40. They also got another one. The Middle Eastern. It's in here somewhere. I'm not going to try to find it. You're going to have to take my word for it. But they got another one. The Middle Eastern people. They got a term called the Sand N-word. So like I said, family, that shows you how low they look to our people on the scale, on a pole of human people and races. Black people are the lowest to these devils, man. So I did that to prove a point that it's a lot of these goddamn terms. You know what I'm saying? Now let's keep it moving now, all right, family? Right now, make sure, matter of fact, do me a favor real quick before we keep it moving. Share this video, family. Let's get some more people in here. Like the video, drop some comments. I see the family is in the building. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. All three of them is Solid African. You can follow your brother and the work that I do. You know what I'm saying? Follow me. Share this video right now, family. But let's get back into the racial slurs. I'm going to share my screen one more time, because we got to go into these devils now. We got to talk about these white devils. Now, right here at the top, I got it already. It says white Americans. It's only 12 out of the 40 plus. We probably done read like 60 of them, if you include the white, the black Native Americans and all the other sections that they have for our slurs. It's only 12 little old slurs for white Americans. Let's kick it off. It's called a Bukra. Never heard of that one. Sub-Saharan African languages. This black people in Africa that said this one. They called them a Bukra, white people. A bumpkin or country bumpkin, hillbilly bumpkin. Derogatory term for poor white rural people, mainly those who share rural lifestyle. That's number 2. A cracker, we already know that, but I'm going to break that down deeper. It says derogatory term for whites, particularly from American South. A good old boy, rural people, especially white, powerful people in their network. So does that sound bad? A good old boy? You hear the nature? Like I said, understand the nature of these slurs, because that sounds like they probably created that for themselves. This is supposed to be a slur, and they talking about powerful people in their networks. That don't sound derogatory to me, family. So we could take that off. That's 11 slurs they got now. A hick, derogatory term for white people. A hillbilly. We know that one. That's familiar. It says right here, it originated as a term for farmers living in the Appalachian Mountains. I never knew that. That's the hills, I guess. He's a Billy. So hold on. White people created these names. He's a Billy, and he from the hills. So we should start calling them Billies instead of Kens. Hey, Billy. Hey there, Billy. A honky, also spelled this other way and this other way. All right. A white person derived from African-American pronunciation of hunky. Did you know that? The disparaging term for a Hungarian laborer. Wait, let me read that again if you ain't catch it. Because we trying to use these terms. Like I said, understand the nature of these slurs, family. We trying to use these as if it's dissing them, as if it's derogatory to them. And it's only 12 little old white slurs here on Wikipedia compared to the 40 ones they got for black people. But we use a hunky as if it's dissing them. And they say right here, derived from an African-American pronunciation of hunky, which only means it's a term for Hungarian laborer. It says the first record of it used as an insulted term for a white person dates in the 1950s. New Zealand hunky is used by Maori to refer to New Zealanders of European descent. Whatever, you want to say the connotation of it is negative. But really, all a honky is short for hunky because black people pronunciated it honky. And that just means they from Hungary. So understand the nature of these. This is not even that bad of a word. Now check this one out, family, if you don't believe me. The next one is peckerwood. We like using that one, right? As black people, we like saying that's a negative slur that we like to throw at them as if it's giving us power, right? Let's read this one. In the 1940s, the abbreviated version wood entered California prison slang, originally meaning a okie, mainly in the San Quentin Valley. This has caused the symbol of the woodpecker to be used by white power skinheads. And other pro-white groups. It is used as a slur against rural people today. But this peckerwood was created by white people. Prison slang. Y'all following me, family? Put some fires in the goddamn comment section if you find me right now, if you following me. The symbol of the woodpecker to be used by white power skinheads and other pro-white groups. How is that a slur if they created it and tattooed it on themselves? And we walk around calling them peckerwoods like that's giving us power. I hope y'all following me, family. Bear with me. The next one is a redneck, usually an insult to rural people. Trailer trash, derogatory term, mainly white population, stereotype to live in trailer parks. All right, that's negative. You calling them trash, I get it. White trash, same thing. And whitey, which is a Caucasian. That's the last one, family. Now, this is Argentine. We're talking about Latin people. So let's count it. Just so y'all don't think I'm lying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold on. No, sorry. It starts here. Let's start it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 slurs for white people on Wikipedia to the 40 plus, which really is like 60 slurs for African black people. There you have it right in front of your face, family. So if y'all want to believe our shape, you could do the research. Check it out for your goddamn self. All right. Now, I done showed y'all that I'm done showing y'all that. I don't want to show y'all that no more. Y'all got to check it for yourselves. But we just got to get our mind right, family, because we thinking these things are giving us power, and it's really not. Share this video right now, family, because I'm about to go in. Now, this is the moment y'all all been waiting for. Why do I not use the word cracker? I told y'all I'm switching up on y'all, man. I can't do it no more, family. I can't be this fire, Aries, fire sign aggressive no more, family. We losing. We losing out here, family. I'm joining the other team. I want to win, family. I want to win so bad, man. We losing, family. We got to get some more people on our team. I'm about to bring everybody in. Come on, y'all. Listen, family, we don't do those up here, all right? So let's get right into it. Why don't I use the word cracker? Ashe, I don't like using the word cracker. Why don't I use the word cracker? Some of y'all think I'm climbing up, I'm riding a fence, so I'm scared. So why don't I use the word cracker? First of all, cracker is too nice of a goddamn term. It's too good. Let's break this down, family. The word cracker, right? It's a compliment. Cracker is a compliment to these damn people. The word cracker, as used by black people, as it relates to black people, it relates to the slave master whose job it was to crack the whip on the slaves' backs to keep them working. That's how cracker was created. Also, if the slaves did something that the white people didn't like, they would be punished by getting lashed from the whips. That's why they call him a cracker, because he was cracking a whip on our people back. It's like in Britain, right? Check this out. When the queen didn't like what somebody was doing, she said, off with their head. Off with their goddamn head in Britain. That's what the queen did, right? And they will put that person in a guillotine and have a man come with a black hood hold the rope. And when he pulled the rope, the blade will come down and chop the person's head off, severing their head from their body. And blood would splatter everywhere, even in front of his family, who was forced to watch him die. And they will call a person holding the rope the executioner. So decades later, you will not hear me calling them no damn executioners. Or like, for instance, in other countries, their form of capital punishment is something different. They'll tie you up to a pole, blindfold you, gather a bunch of people in a line, which they call a firing squad, and unload all of their weapons and shoot you to death. Sometimes shooting you twice in the same wound. And the reason they tie you up is so that after you die, you don't fall. So after you die, they could keep on shooting you. Now, decades, even hundreds of years after that, you will not hear me saying, yo, these shooters get on my damn nerves. Man, these shooters, man, I had enough of these shooters, man. That sounds stupid, right? I would not reference them with the title of firing squad because there's power in that. And saying that still implies that they have a level of authority and that they have the upper hand. So you will not hear me calling white people crackers. I will be calling them the devil because that's how they behave, and God damn it, that's how they are. Getting me tight. Play these kind of games. Give me my RB. It's hot. It's summer. I'm bringing the heat on y'all ass now. Fire God. Put some fires in the goddamn comment section if you following me. Fire God is in the building. Adade Kofi. Ashe SJ. Now let's keep it moving, family, because some of y'all still don't believe me. And that's because y'all don't study history. So you ain't got to believe Ashe. I don't want you to believe Ashe. I want you to do your research. In fact, let's just reflect. Let's reflect on history. You have to study history so you don't repeat history or repeat the same mistakes that we've been doing for the past 100, 200, 400 years. You got to study your history. So even in current events or recent history, y'all remember the case of our young brother, Ashe, Trayvon Martin, and George Zimmerman. Y'all remember the George Zimmerman case? Well, the shooting of Trayvon Martin, right? There was a witness, and she was under examination. The witness was actually the friend of Trayvon Martin. She's the one that was on the phone call when Trayvon Martin was being chased. He was talking to her on the phone. Her name is, I got it written down here, Rachel Jontel. Now, she testified, right? In the case, she testified. This is what she told her. She told the court. I'm going to read it. Rachel Jontel testified that Trayvon had told her over the telephone that a creepy-ass cracker is following me, minutes before the altercation between the two men occurred. Zimmerman's attorney then asked her if creepy-ass cracker was an offensive term, which she responded, no. The testimony and response brought about both media and public debate about the use of the word cracker. Even CNN reported on it. They said they report referenced the regional nature of the term, noting that some in Florida use the term in a non-derogatory colloquial sense. Repeat. Some in Florida use cracker as a term in a non-derogatory colloquial sense. So that shows you right there, family, that these people use the word cracker on themselves. They created the word cracker. Cracker is not a bad word. It's not a diss word. It's not a derogatory word that you can use as a black person to make white people feel bad. It's too nice of a word, like I said. Let's keep going. Here's another one. Cracker has also been used as a proud or jocular self-description in the past. Like I said, with the huge influx of new residents from the North, cracker is used informally by some white residents of Florida and Georgia, quote, Florida crackers and Georgia crackers, what they call themselves, to indicate that their family has lived there for many generations. This ain't from Ashe. This is white people creating these words. Don't get mad at me. Look it up. Here's another one, family. I'm going to read this one. If you following me, drop some fires in the comment section, family. Please share this video. Late 19th century cattle drivers of the southeastern scrubland cracked whips to move cattle. Many slaves and free blacks joined the Seminoles and found work in the cattle business. Descendants of crackers are often found proud of their heritage. Let's keep going. There's more, family. On the origin of species, because I know some of y'all Negroes, y'all don't believe nothing. You ain't gonna believe Ashe unless I tell you a white person said it. So here we go. For all you intellectuals out there, Charles Darwin quotes a Professor Wyman as saying, one of those crackers, an example, Virginia squatters, added, this is what the devil said, we select the black members of a litter for raising. Let me bring that one back. We select the black members of a litter. Do you know what a litter is, family? A litter is the word for a group of pigs. So they comparing black people to pigs. Once again, comparing us to animals because the 3/5 clause, they already believed that we wasn't human beings. So let me bring that one back. Drop some goddamn fire in the comments section. We select the black members of a litter of pigs for raising as they alone have a good chance of living. They talking about black people. like we some goddamn animals, considering themselves as crackers. Frederick Law Olmsted, a prominent landscape architect from Connecticut, visited the South as a journalist in 1850s and wrote that, this is what he wrote, some crackers owned a good many Negroes and were by no means as poor their appearance indicated. So crackers was owning Negroes. We all know that. They still owning some of y'all. In 1947, the student body of Florida State University voted on the name of their athletic symbol. From a list of more than 100 choices, Seminoles was selected. And that's another one for they talking about the Native Americans. The other finalists in order of finish were statesmen, rebels, tarpoons, fighting warriors, and crackers. So they were going to name, Florida State University was going to name their team the Florida State University Crackers. And white people was going to name themselves that. So this shows you that cracker was okay. It was a good thing. They used it to call themselves crackers, to say that they were from the old days and they lived there for a long time. In fact, the Milwaukee Braves baseball team, before they moved to Atlanta and became the Atlanta Braves, I know a lot of y'all people in Atlanta love y'all Braves. The Atlanta minor league baseball team was known as the Atlanta Crackers. So the Atlanta Braves used to be called the Atlanta Crackers. The team existed under this name from 1901 to 1965. Singer-songwriter Randy Newman on his socio-political theme album, Good Old Boys. Didn't we say that? Ain't that funny? They said that in the Wikipedia. Wasn't that one of them, a good old boy? See, we hearing these things and we don't even know. Follow them. I hope y'all following me. Good Old Boys uses the term cracker on the song. The name of the song is Kingfish, so we can look it up, family. This is the lyrics. I'm a cracker, you one too, gonna take good care of you. Nah, I'm fine. I just made that up. You gotta have some fun, family. No, but real talk, that's the lyrics of the song. I made the melody up. I never heard this song before in my life, so I don't know if that's the melody. I just added that on. Spirit told me that's how the song go, right? Yo, but this is the lyrics of their song, family. Calling themselves crackers, calling them good old boys. In 2008, more recent times, former President Bill Clinton used the term cracker on Larry King Live. So if y'all don't believe me, you could go on YouTube and look this up. President Clinton in 2008 on Larry King Live used the word cracker to describe white voters he was attempting to win over for Barack Obama. He trying to win over crackers to vote for Barack Obama. And some of y'all running around acting like Barack Obama did a goddamn thing for black people. It's a shame. Check this though. This is the quote. This is what Bill Clinton said. Some of y'all say Bill Clinton black. Man, I don't know. All people sick, man. But this is what Bill Clinton said on Larry King Live. Check this. He said, you know, they think that because of who I am and where my political base has traditionally been, they want me to go sort of hustle up what Lawton Childs used to call the cracker vote there. That's what he said. He said he was going to hustle up the cracker vote. Bill Clinton said this on Larry King in 2008. So this shows you that cracker is not a bad word. In fact, it's a word that these devils created for themselves. Now, this one is really going to blow your mind, family. Cracking Good Snacks, a division of Winn-Dixie. Don't mess with my Winn-Dixie now. I know y'all down south, y'all love y'all Winn-Dixie supermarkets. Listen, family, that's a whole nother story. But Cracking Good Snacks, a division of Winn-Dixie, a southern grocery chain, has sold crackers similar to Ritz crackers under the name, quote, Georgia Crackers. They sometimes were packaged in a red tin with a picture of the crescent an antebellum plantation house in Valdosta, Georgia. So they selling you crackers with a box that got a picture of a plantation on it. So ain't that crazy? Because that means that with all of the knowledge, the information I'm sharing tonight, the word cracker, when you're talking about the snacks, is not originating talking about the snacks. So all of y'all eating these snacks and you think it's crackers you eating, you don't know that it's not really, cracker is not the name of the snack. Cracker is just the nickname of white people that they name the snack after. Y'all following me, family? Drop some fire emojis in the comment section if you following me, family. We sitting up here eating crackers, not even knowing what the hell the word cracker mean. We thinking cracker means the snack, and it really means white people. So we sitting up here eating these damn crackers, eating devils. Don't that sound familiar though, family? Wow. I ain't gonna go too hard on my church people, but I know what y'all do for communion. I know. I did it once in my life. I used to be a Christian. I knew Jesus. Y'all go to communion, y'all drink that grape juice and them crackers. What you eating, family? And they tell you it's supposed to be the blood of Jesus and the flesh of Jesus. Jesus was a cracker. Oh my. God damn. I need a flex bomb right there. Drop a flex bomb, somebody. Put some fire symbol emojis in the comment section right now if you follow me. This is outrageous, family. Also, right, the crazy thing that's is funny about Winn-Dixie, since we're talking about them, right, is recently in the news, Winn-Dixie was just in the news. They trending right now because they were talking about because of George Floyd and Black Lives Matter, all of these killings and stuff, they talking about everybody that needs to change their name. So Winn-Dixie obviously has Dixie in their name, but check this. They wasn't in the news saying they taking it out. They was in the news telling people that they keeping their name, that they will not remove Winn-Dixie from their name. Crazy, right, family? Now, I'm going to share something else right quick. I'm going to share something else. I know I'm dropping a lot, family. I hope y'all following me. Where's that? Got it right here for you, family. Bear with Ashe 1 second. Make sure y'all share this link. Share this video. I'm trying to build this page up. I'm bringing you some solid information, family. So please support your brother. I'm definitely going to be doing this more often. Boom. All right, so I got it right here for you, family. Let me share my screen right quick. And we're going to get it in. So this is what I want to show y'all, family. What else is notable, right? We talking about Winn-Dixie, taking the Dixie out of their name. It's also notable because the Dixie Chicks, I don't know who they are, but I heard the name before. I ain't going front. The Dixie Chicks. This is, I believe it's either country music or rock music or pop music. I don't know what the hell it is, but I know it's these devils right here. And their name is the Dixie Chicks. They went diamond. They sold all these records. They changed their name to the Chicks. They took the word Dixie out of their name. And now they just go by the Chicks. Now, ain't that something? But it's still stupid. Because if you look at the goddamn picture, these devils don't even know how to be righteous. They changed their name from the Dixie Chicks to the Chicks. But look at the album cover that they decide to do. They think they're doing something good, taking Dixie out of their name. But the album cover looks just like the goddamn Statue of Liberty. Now, everybody know the Statue of Liberty was originally a gift from the French that was supposed to be a black woman in chains that broke her chains because she was released from slavery. And the French was creating that statue as a momentum to gift black people to say you free from slavery. But America and these white devils didn't want a statue like that big. So they changed it to what is now, I don't know, a Greek or a Roman goddess or something like that. So that's a slap in the face right there. So the Dixie chicks took Dixie out of their name, trying to be helpful. They say, we want to meet this moment. Well, you damn devils, you missed it. Because you still insulting us with the cover of this as the Statue of Liberty. And we know the history behind the Statue of Liberty. It was supposed to be for us, and they switched it because they didn't want it to be for us. Crazy, right, family? So these devils don't even know how to be righteous. But let's keep it moving, family, because they getting me tight right now. Now, for y'all that don't know, we're going to break this down. The word Dixie, right? Because I'm from New York. I didn't know this, but I looked it up. I'm sure a lot of my brothers and sisters down south that's checking in. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. I know y'all probably know what the word Dixie is, but I'm going to break it down anyway. Dixie is the nickname for the Confederate States. The name Dixie came from the title of a song composed in 1859 by Daniel Decatur Emmett. This tune was popular as a marching song of the Confederate Army. In fact, it was considered the Confederate anthem. Ain't no way in hell y'all gonna tell me that cracker, the word cracker, don't have its roots in the Confederacy and with the conservatives and these white supremacist, racist devils. They created the word cracker for themselves to describe themselves. Cracker is a good word they created for themselves. So why don't Ashe use that word? I give you plenty of facts right there. Matter of fact, let me go back to what I was showing y'all because it's something else I want to show y'all too. Now, while we at it, I'm going to show y'all something else right quick. Let me share my screen. Boom, there we go again. Check this out, right? I just showed y'all the Dixie Chicks. Trying to make it a little bigger for y'all so you can see it. I showed y'all the Dixie Chicks, right? What else we got up in here? This is a cracker, family. I wish I could make it larger. I don't know how to make it larger yet, but bear with me. This right here is a cracker. They use the word to describe themselves. This is a white person being on a horse, riding a good old horse with the cattle. Cattle drivers. That's what crackers were. They would use whips to get the crackers around. But then since the three-fifths clause came and they didn't look at black people as humans, they considered us cattle and horses and ponies and dogs and monkeys and apes. They considered us 3/5 of a human being. And they used the same whips. Where's the other picture at? I got it right here. The Georgia crackers. You see this one? They use the same goddamn whips, the sticks and the whips that they was using to herd cattle to beat our backs in slavery. This is why they call them the cracker, because they was whipping the whips and cracking the whips on the cattle, and they started cracking the whips on the African people, the enslaved Africans. They created this name for themselves. So don't tell me nothing about no goddamn cracker is a good word to use for them because it's bad. It ain't no diss. They created it, family. Here go a picture of Winn-Dixie supermarket with Dixie in it right there. You see that? Dixie and the Dixie Chicks. It's ridiculous, family. We really think we doing something calling them this word. It's too goddamn nice of a word, family. That's why I don't use the word cracker. Now, like I said earlier, these devils is trying to turn Karen and say Karen and Becky. I don't know if y'all saw this meme. Stop saying Karen. Yes, the K word is stronger than the N word. At least currently, misogyny and patriarchy has been around longer than slavery. Just don't use either, okay? You see this devil talking? Trying to turn, she said the N word, the K word is stronger than the N word. This devil, you see how mischievous and devilish they are? Stop saying Karen. Karen is a sexist and racist term equivalent to the N word for white women. Equivalent to the N word for white women. Calling a woman Karen is an attempt to get rid of women's rights to stand up for themselves. You see how they try to throw old women in there to get our sisters to be feminists too? It's sickening, family, but this is the type of people we dealing with. They know how to divide and conquer. They trying to say Karen and Becky is an ethnic slur like the N-word. But like I said earlier, understand what's behind it. Karen is just a name. That don't got nothing to do. It's not as bad or horrible as the words that they created to describe our hair and our noses and all of these devilish things that they created. So let's get up out of here, family. So what should Ashe? Ashe, you say we shouldn't call them crackers. Damn right, we shouldn't call them crackers no more after the history I done dropped. So what should we call them, Ashe? I got you right here. I got a list of my favorite preferred slurs. My number one slur, devil. Like I said, if we say we God, and the black man is God, the black woman is a goddess, then they must be, if they the opposite, they must be the goddamn devil. Elijah Muhammad, who's the one who coined this phrase, made it big, made it huge. Shout out to the Nation of Islam, calling them devils. This is my number one thing. Why? Because it's not a curse word, but it literally describes their behavior, their actions, their thought process, their mentality, their lack of the ability to love and to understand the plight of our people and even understand the things that they have done. It's purely devilish. So that's my number one. Number two, what can you call these devils instead of calling them cracker? Another popular one is Yaqub. If y'all don't know what Yaqub is, I know some of y'all do. Shout out to the 5%ers, the 5% Nation. Also, the Nation of Islam talks about this. Scientists who live Yaqub is a scientist who lived 6,600 years ago and created the white race. This is what, depending on what you believe, this is what they say Yaqub has done. And also notably, Yaqub, the Nation of Islam, they believe that Yaqub is actually Jacob in the Bible. So that's another word. Now, another one of my favorites, Yarugu. Now, I got to share this book. I'm going to share the picture. Yarugu is, first, before I share the picture of the book, let's break down the original Yarugu. Yarugu is an African word, right? Originating in Mali with the Dogon tribe. Now, in Dogon cosmology, their creation story, right? I hope y'all following me still. The creation story of the Dogon tells of an incomplete and destructive being that was created. And he was rejected by his creator. The story in their creation story, Yarugu was in the womb and ate himself out of the womb, ate his umbilical cord, freed himself from the universal womb, from his creator, just because he wanted to rival and be better and stronger than his creator. He wanted to leave the womb. He ended up eating his way out, and in fact, he ate his way out too early, and he actually left the womb before he got all the nutrients and all the values and perspectives and the wisdom, everything that he needed to be a complete being. So he left before he could get all of that. He went roaming the world, roaming the earth, this Yarugu, this incomplete being. Then he realized he was incomplete. So he tried to return to the creator. He said, Creator, please give me my remaining pieces that I'm missing. I ate my way out too early. I'm incomplete. The creator said, I'm sorry. I gave you your pieces that you left. I gave it to somebody else. So this being was forced to run the earth. The Yarugu was forced to roam the earth. Incomplete, as an incomplete being. Now, don't that sound familiar? Shout out to the ancestor, the great ancestor. Well, matter of fact, she's not an ancestor because she's still around. But the elder, Marimba Ani, she created the book, and she took the cosmology and the creation story of the Dogon even a step further to say that she compares and equates the Yarugu being to white people. Now, it sounds familiar to me. It sounds very similar because if you think about these whites, they're constantly trying to skydive, trying to go whitewater rafting and all of these crazy dangerous things just so they could feel they alive. jumping off buildings and bungee jumping and all that, to give them a sense of purpose, to make them feel a rush, to make them feel like they're alive, because otherwise they don't feel like they're alive. Always chasing that. Incomplete beings. That's what it sounds like to me. They can't ever understand how to love properly. They can't understand how to not be devils. They can't understand how to not pillage and rape and oppress multiple races and multiple nations, but most notably Africans. They can't seem to figure it out. And they always try to lean on Africans and play on y'all sense of humanity. And y'all fall right into it, trying to teach them how to be righteous. Well, Ashe say they the goddamn incomplete beings. And that's what Mama Marimba Ani says as well. And let me show you the image of her book. If you have not seen her book before, please do yourself a favor and make sure you get yourself a copy of this book. Yurugu. She says right here, Yurugu, an African-centered critique of European cultural thought and behavior. Her name is Marimba Ani. You can see the picture, the drawing of this devilish-looking creature holding a body part that he's trying to get. He's missing. He's an incomplete being. That's her name. If you haven't heard of the book, go do yourself a favor and cop the book, Yurugu. It's definitely a powerful book. So this is another name that we could call these devils. She removes the mask from European facade and thereby reveals the inner workings of global white supremacy, a system which functions to guarantee the control of Europe and her descendants over the majority of the world's peoples. Yurugu deadass represents the Caucasian people family, their behavior and their way of thinking. Crazy. Now here go another word, right? In South Africa and a lot of countries in Southern Africa, or if you want to say Northern Africa, they have this word that they use for white people called the Mzungu. Mzungu is M-Z-U-N-G-U, Mzungu. Now, this is a word in Swahili, actually, which is one of the most spoken languages across all of the countries in Africa. Swahili, the word Mzungu means someone who wanders without purpose. Someone constantly on the move. It came to be applied to all white people in East Africa, as most were encountered as traders visiting colonial officials or tourists. Now, ain't that deep, brothers and sisters? If you following me, drop some fire in the comment section. Drop a fire emoji or something. I'm going to repeat that again because just like the Yurugu in Mali, in South Africa, they relate. And we know it's because we the same people. But their definition of Nzungu is similar to the Yurugu definition. Someone who wanders without purpose. That's exactly, it sounds like white people to me, family. Another word you can use to call them, colonizers. But with that one, I put an asterisk because me personally, I wouldn't call them colonizers. I hear people saying colonizer. Yeah, I get it. Like they colonize, right? But if you think about it, that's also another goddamn compliment because they were successful building their colony. That's all a colonizer mean. They built a colony. They pillaged your ass, raped your ass, took your land, and created something on it. So me personally, I don't even think colonizer. I think colonizer is too nice of a damn word. But we know a lot of brothers and sisters, y'all might not be warrior class like Ashe. Y'all might not be an Aries. Y'all might not be a fire sign. You might not be a Adade Kofi. You know what I'm saying? Ogun energy. So if you're from a different class, you could just call them straight up Europeans. Call them Europeans. But if you call them a cracker, you are giving them a compliment. You saying a word historically that they created for themselves to describe themselves. So I'm going to wrap it up with that, family. You know what I'm saying? I thank y'all for rocking out with me. I just want y'all to keep in mind, like I said, understand the nature of these slurs. Understand that even in today's day and age, we can talk about current events. Ahmaud Arbery, our brother that was murdered in the street by these three devils, who knows how many more devils, What happened at the end? What was notable at the end of that video that a lot of us didn't catch? They called Ahmaud Arbery the N-word. They called him a racial slur to put him down, to miseducate him, to bring down his confidence. This is what these people do. This is the purpose of them creating these ethnic slurs or racial slurs to demean our people, to belittle our people. A lot of other cases. Remember what happened? It was notable also. LeBron James, the biggest, maybe the most popular household African-American name right now in this day and age. Even him, he's a straight up clean cut, good guy, never got in trouble. They wrote, spray painted the N-word all over his house. LeBron said, I ain't playing that. He put his I Can't Breathe t-shirt on after that. Shout out to LeBron, man. But this is something that is continuing to happen, family. A lot of other cases, if y'all know any other cases where the N-word popped up or some racial slur popped up, put it in the comment section right now, family. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate everybody that supports me, everybody that tuned in tonight. Please check the replay on this because I dropped a lot of information. I'm sure even myself, a lot of these terms, I didn't know the origin of it. But now we know. We know better. We got to do better, family. This platform, Solid African, really is all about self-improvement. It's really all about empowerment, Black empowerment, making yourself a better African. I know I'm fiery. I speak like that because I'm trying to draw attention. But really deep down inside, I'm trying to really build up the character of our people. I want us to improve. I want us to be happy. I want us to be healthy. But we can't do that unless we face reality, family. We can't stop. We can't be playing games. We got to call a spade a spade. If we got enemies, that don't mean we can't be happy still. We just got to know how to fight and balance it out and be happy. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure we focus on self-improvement. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the comment section. I definitely appreciate you. Go check this video out, please. I'm about to shut this down, but make sure y'all share the video. Once again, share the link. Like my page, as you can see, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Solid African. And we're going to do this, family. We're going to continue to do this. I'm going to bring the information. I'm just a concerned African here trying to uplift my people. And this is how we rock. Straight out of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, New York. I appreciate you, family. We're going to get up out of here. I'm going to play some music as we go. But I ain't calling these devils the cracker no more, man. I ain't calling them that word no more, family. The word is too nice of a word, and we could do better, family. Matter of fact, I heard Wikipedia, you can go on Wikipedia and edit it. So some of y'all got some work to do. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to get too detailed, but we got work to do, family. Because if it's only 12 white ethnic slurs and it's 40 plus, 50, 60 plus ethnic slurs for Africans on Wikipedia, we got some goddamn work to do, family. So this is your brother Ashe SJ signing out. Make sure you follow me on Solid African, all things Solid African, Facebook, YouTube, subscribe, get the notifications on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram. Follow your brother. I'm definitely going to be doing this more often, family. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what your favorite or your worst slur is or whatever the case is, and I will get at y'all, man. Holla at your brother. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get up out of here with some more UF. Let me see what track I got loaded up. Matter of fact, we're going to go out with the same ass track that we came in with because we got to raise the standard, family. This is United Front. The Vanguard United Front. Let's get it in. True courage is knowing how to suffer. Remember that, family. And always remember, the battlefield is where you stand. Let's get it in. Yeah.
What is called what they call history, which we call our street, which is the story of all life forms on a particular space. So, the R street is a string that goes on forever. There is no cutting this string.
I nearly cried when Dr. Sebi died. The same for Dr. Wilson. But I'ma stay focused and slay these vampires like Van Helsing. Genocide, ethnic cleansing, no ceasing racial tensions. Pigs still perpetuating my bro. Pick your poison, regardless of who's in office. Will make your offspring the sacrificial offering. Some say to each its own. I say to your own. On risk having compromise or deleted genome codes. He had a sex change, we had a heated exchange. I got charged with a hate crime. Can somebody please explain? In the burner, the way things is looking, I might have to kill a fool who go up in ladies' rooms cause he feel like a woman. Drug culture pushed through the channels. Slave wages, cost of living that most cannot handle. The sky still ain't cracked yet. Jesus ain't show yet. Shotters get ready to save Asada cause Cuba wide open. Massive land grabs, crackers aim to take your landmass. Smooth like a sandblast, while you claim the damn pass. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. No fear in the face of adversity. Despite the wear and tear in the retrograde of Mercury. My face in every database manifests destiny of a so-called master race. Everyone's a terrorist, so capitulate to the masses' way. Now they conscious in the mainstream. The only Hannibal that they know is from the 18. Never heard of Carthage. Would never load and bust a cartridge. Wally not a commie. Employed or ain't got a job like Tommy. We got the same enemies. We don't gotta get along as requested by Rodney. We gotta put differences aside. Genocide the optive word. That's why I'm so hostile, kid. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Free them all, free the land, repatriate. Our ancestors have these demands. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Look at Flint, Detroit, Milwaukee, Chirac. Slick Rick looked at Baltimore and needed another eye patch. Just got a kite from a P.O. Dub. He said, don't forget to write, send money, visit, show a soldier love. I shade a Micah X, I Shayo to Cosmo. I shade a Kareem, peace to the Africans in it for the long haul. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. This ain't that fly by night, this is a process. Backed by the babies aborted, the ancestors and fallen warriors. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Families to tribes, tribes to nations. We mistaken these regards to survive annihilation. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Damn, what your child wanna be? These babies gotta become what we need. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard. Raise the bar, set the standard. Be something like our revolutionary vanguard.
It is a time, as far as we are concerned, for remembering, going back and studying a victorious time in our lives, so we can pick up the principles of history, put them into structures, and so we can begin again to work as a victorious people.